Are you ready for some great meal ideas? Well, come along with me while we go through this week's What's for Dinner. Great, easy, simple recipes for weeknight meals. Hello, family and friends. I'm Susan, and welcome to my home. And I just got home from work, and I need something that's going to be quick and easy to put together so I can get some food on the table. I don't have any freezer meals right now, but I do have some options, and I think tonight we're going to be doing some porcupine in a skillet. Simple, easy, rice and meat. You can't go much better than that. Comes together really quick. It's a one-pot meal, which makes cleanup a whole lot easier. So, my ponytail is already up. Let's get to cooking. And we're going to make porcupine in a skillet. I've got some Lipton onion soup mix, some mushroom sliced, got some Mexican cheese. It calls for cheese. I decided Mexican. 2 cans of diced tomatoes. I've got some onion, sliced chopped onion I'm put in it, and some long grain rice. And of course the hamburger. It's already browned and it's already drained. I'm going to add in a 1/2 cup of chopped onion, the 1 pack of Lipton onion soup mix, the jar of mushrooms, 2 cans of tomatoes, that is diced tomatoes, 3/4 cup long grain rice, and 1.5 cups of hot water. I'm going to go ahead and get this stirred up just a little bit because I want the rice to get down to the very bottom. That way it can get in through the water mixture and get that Lipton onion soup mix mixed around in here, because that makes it taste really, really good. All right. I'm going to cook it on about 2 to 4 medium for about 25 minutes. And then we'll come back and see how everything looks, and then we'll put some cheese on it if it looks really good. So let me go ahead and get this to cooking. And this has been cooking for about 25 minutes. And I'm going to go ahead and add cheese to the top of it. Quite a bit of cheese. It called for about 1 cup. I'm just pouring it on here. And then I'm going to put the top on it and let it melt the cheese, and then it'll be time to eat. Okay. And now the cheese has melted. And it's time to plate this up. And here we go. Porcupine in a skillet. And it is what's for supper tonight. Are you ready for some good Mexican food? Well, I didn't put my chicken tacos in the crock pot this morning. Surprise, surprise. I'm going to go ahead and put them in the Instant Pot for about 30 minutes and see where we are. I think that's all they'll need. They just need a little bit of cooking so I can shred them up real good. I made the freezer meal this past week. It's going to be going up on my freezer meals video on Friday. I have got 6 amazing recipes for freezer meals that are so good. I've never recorded them yet. But this, of course, is one of our standards, and it's so easy just to put in the freezer bag, and then all you gotta do is just dump everything in the crock pot or Instant Pot when you get ready to eat. So, my ponytail is already up. Let's get to making some amazing Mexican. And I just came home and I've got my bag of chicken tacos, and I'm just going to put everything into the Instant Pot real quick. I am going to add a little bit of water to this because I don't think it's got enough fluid in it. Just a dab. Don't need much. These chicken are not completely frozen, but I don't want it to get a burn signal. And I'm just going to set it for about 30 minutes. And we'll see where we're at. So, close to having some chicken tacos. Chicken's been cooking for about 30 minutes. And you can always tell if it's done enough that you can pull it like this. And what I'm going to do is just basically flake it off. And then leave it in the juices for just a little bit, because that'll make it good and juicy and better to eat. So let me go ahead and pull this chicken. I'll bring you up Bring you back whenever we get ready to plate it up. And let's get some chicken in the shells. And we love tacos, just about any way we make them. Chicken tacos are one of the favorites, behind the beef and bean tacos. That's Danny's favorite taco. He loves to eat beef and bean tacos. Now we're going to put on some red. Excuse me, green and red. Some taco sauce. And some Mexican cheese. And here we go. Chicken tacos. It's what's for supper tonight. And I am ready for a quick meal tonight. Something that doesn't take much time and tastes amazing. I'm going to make some cheeseburger sliders. Simple, easy, and quick. Fry up some hamburger meat, put it all together, put it in the oven a little bit, and you have got supper. So, let me go ahead and let me get this ponytail up. And let's start making some cheeseburger sliders. And it's time for some cheeseburger sliders. We're going to have some garlic powder, a little bit of minced onion, some regular onion, mayonnaise, mustard, ketchup. We're going to have some Hawaiians, King's rolls, and we're going to have some hamburger meat and some cheese. So it's time to get everything put together. I've already got the hamburger browned and drained. And I'm going to go ahead and add some onion to the hamburger meat. And with that onion, one recipe says to add some onion soup mix. Another one just adds regular onion. I'm going to add a little bit of kind of both. I'm going to add a little bit of minced onion to mine too. Because you know, like at McDonald's, they have those little dried onions in there. So I'm going to go ahead and let these onions cook up a little bit. And then we should be ready to start getting the sliders put together. And we've got the hamburger meat and the onions nicely browned. I'm going to go ahead and add a little bit of salt. I'm going to go ahead and add a little bit of pepper. And I'm going to go ahead and add a dab of garlic powder. Just a quick little sprinkle. It does call for about half a teaspoon. I think I probably got just about that much. Now, everything is cooked and ready to go on the sliders. And let's get these sliders done. I'm going to go ahead and add the burger mix to the top. And pat them down in. And I put some ketchup on it. Let me get a little bit of mustard on it. Okay, now let's get these put on their bottoms. And now let's get these on the plate, or excuse me, let's get these on the tray to go in the oven. And now they're on the tray. Let's get them in the oven for about 12 to 15 minutes. And they've been in there for about 20 minutes, and look at them. Golden brown, and look at all the cheese melt. And I'm about to put some butter on the top. And I'm gonna put some melted butter on the top of these buns. And then it will be time to eat. You could add some sesame seeds on top. I do not have any. So it is just going to be some cheeseburger sliders with lots of nice butter on top to make them nice and gooey. There we go. Let's get them plated up. And here we go. Cheeseburger sliders. And they're what's for supper tonight. And it's morning time, and I'm going to get some pintos in the crock pot while I go to work. I've got 2 cups of pintos, and yes, they're not soaked. I just put them in here. And I'm going to put either 6 or 8 cups of water. Depends on how tall the pintos are, because you want the beans to be about twice as deep. I'm going to put about 6 cups. Let's see how that looks. That looks good. Okay, I got 2 cups of pintos, 6 cups of water. I'm going to add in some, I don't know if you can see it, Lowry seasoning salt, because I love the flavor of that in the pinto beans. And then I'm going to turn this on high in the crock pot to cook all day while I'm at work. And then when we come home, we'll have pintos ready, and all I have to do is make some cornbread. So there is lunch. Or, excuse me, there is supper in a nutshell right there. Are you ready for a good southern meal? I put some pintos in the crock pot this morning. Kind of forgot to put the ham bone in it, but got home a little early and put that in it while it was still cooking. So I've got some pintos in the crock pot. I'm going to make some cornbread. We're going to have a few other things to go with it, like some pickled okra. And that is going to be supper tonight. Quick, easy, simple, and good home cooking. My ponytail is already up. Let's get to cooking. And I'm going to make some easy southern cornbread. I just used the recipe that's on the Martha White hot rice, and it makes some really good cornbread. I don't have buttermilk, so I will be using regular milk with a little bit of vinegar in it. But other than that, I do have everything. So let's get to putting it together. And I have got the oven heating on 450. I'm going to go ahead and mix the ingredients up. I need 2 cups of Martha White cornmeal mix, 1 egg, you put in 1 1/3 cup of milk or 1 1/2 cup of buttermilk. So I'm using just regular milk since I don't have any buttermilk. And it calls for 1/4 cup of vegetable oil. All I have is olive oil. So I'm just going to go ahead and use it because it is the extra light flavored olive oil. Hopefully it won't bring out too strong of a flavor in the cornbread. And I'm going to go ahead and whisk this together. And I have had, just like everybody else, some wins and some fails when it comes to cornbread. I've got the biscuits mastered, but the cornbread is still something that I don't always make the best on, but we'll see. Danny loves cornbread. And this is looking good. It's looking decently thick, not too thin, which is awesome. And I've got to wait till the oven gets to 450 so I can put my cast iron tray in. This is new, and I haven't used it but twice before. I sprayed it down, and I've wiped all the excess spray out because I'm going to put this in the oven, let it get hot, bring it out. And then I have a tablespoon of butter and a tablespoon of Crisco in here, and that will go in the bottom of it while it's hot, and then I'll pour the batter in, and then I'll put it back in the oven to bake. So I'll let you see how this one goes. Hopefully this goes really well. The last time I used it, I did not spray it first and had a little trouble getting them out. So hopefully this will go better. So let me get the 450 going on and we'll bring you back. And I put this in the oven. It seems to be really hot right now. Go ahead and put a spoonful of the oil butter mixture in the bottom. Like I said, I've already sprayed these because last time I used them, I had trouble getting it out. I don't want that trouble again. These are so friggin' cute. I want to use them though. I'm trying to figure out what size spoon I need to put in here. I think I've got just a ladle, and I think that's going to be about the right amount because it's going to expand when it cooks. Yeah, I'm not a neat cook, but you know, doesn't matter if I'm neat or not. As long as it tastes good, that's all that matters. Okay. Almost to the top, but not all the way to the top, as you can see. As it cooks, it's going to come up. It's normally supposed to do 20 to 25 minutes. I'm going to do probably 10 and look at it, because it's a lot thinner than a normal cornbread pan. So let me go ahead and get this in the oven, and I'll come back when it's all done. And they are out of the oven. Let's see how easily I can get them out of this container. And I hope it's easy because it wasn't last time. Look at it. Look, 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 look. Well, I didn't get quite the end that I wanted, but still, it is adorable. Well, we had some wins and losses on this one. That one is a loss, but the rest of them don't look bad. I'm going to put some butter on them, and then it'll be ready to eat. And I'm going to go ahead and drizzle a little bit of butter over top of each of those, just so they have a little bit of butteriness on them. And they'll soak it up just like they are. Good, bad, or indifferent, it'll all be ate. So I ain't worried about that. Danny loves cornbread. Now, let's get the pinto beans plated up. I'm going to put some salt on them, some pepper on them. I'm going to get some pickled okra out on the plate. Usually Danny does about 3. I'm going to give him 2 of the beautiful, nice rustic ears of corn. And then a little bit of onion on the side. He can put them in his pintos or not. Either way, it's all good. And there you go. Pintos, cornbread, pickled okra, and onions. It's what's for supper tonight. I hope that you enjoyed the meal ideas I showed you this week. Those quick, easy meals are truly quick, easy meals that are so good. And of course, don't forget to come back next Sunday whenever I have 4 more amazing meals to share. And if you haven't already, please subscribe. We would love it for you to become part of our channel's family. Until next week, have a great week. Don't forget to click that link below and subscribe so you don't miss any of the upcoming videos. And let our family be a part of your family.